Every National Coach of the Year award was handed down to our guy, Coach Ed Orgeron, as his crew national champs. But now it's time to turn the page. We told you earlier this week as media members covering the program, if you're a fan out there, that you probably won't get over it until September when LSU kicks it off.
I'm riding this thing throughout the offseason.
I'm riding the wave the whole way through too. But Coach O and the crew's got to get back on the trail, and that's where O checks in this morning, is from the recruiting trail. Good morning, Coach O. Good to have you back.
Hey, good morning, guys. I missed our little coffee at 6 a.m. this morning.
Yeah, I know. I missed it as well, Coach. Just you let me know when, though, and I'm there.
Coach, you're back out on the road, and we were talking about turning the page. How difficult is that to do after a season where you guys collected every award, including the national championship, to start looking at 2020 now?
Yeah, we got a little behind. Obviously, it was a great time for us, a great trip out for our team in the White House. I want to thank all our fans for the parade. It was phenomenal. But I'm in the parking lot of one of the top players in the country right here in our state. I can't wait to go on the road. I'm on the road recruiting. We left at 6 o'clock in the morning. All the guys are working. We're ready to go.
Coach, it seemed like it was your expectation to be in winner's circle last Monday night. And from that, what is kind of the next thing? Now that you have the national championship established for this program, it's now one of the monsters in the sport again. What's the business for this program moving forward?
First of all was building our culture. I really talked about the way we built the culture here at LSU, exactly what we wanted. We have that culture. Now it's time to gain it, to gain another year of a great culture. Guys are doing the right thing. A lot of guys got to step up. Myles Brennan time, he's got to step up.
Yeah,
got to replace our offensive line. Darryl Rosenthal's going to be our starting left tackle. I expect him to have a great year. We got to step up on defense. Young linebackers got to step up. We got to find a defensive coordinator. Got to find a pass game coordinator. But all the pieces in place. There's a lot of people that want to come to LSU. Recruiting's going great. I'm excited about it.
And I want to talk about recruiting before we maybe get to how the coaching search works. But throughout the year, we've been asking about how much has recruiting changed with the success? And you've joked about how like offensive guys now they want to be here, et cetera. But how much does that final piece? How much, in your experience, does being able to have that ring to now in a few months' time be able to walk into a building with that ring? Like, how much do you think that will help out when you're going into these visits?
I definitely think that it helps out a bunch. You're in the conversation with any player in the country. We can step into any school in the country, any top player in the country. They know our brand. They want to come to LSU, but you know what? You still got to go close the deal. And it's still a fight. It's going to be a fight to the end. We have 6 spots left. We have our guys identified. The only thing about that is everybody's going after the same guys.
Yeah.
So we have to win. So we have to outwork our opponents.
I mean, the college football coaching grind and competition never ends. And so with that, Coach, you're interestingly, you're not just recruiting players in a way, you're almost recruiting coaches right now as well. What is that process like? And then have you found that, guys actively want to get this job, like they want to be at LSU?
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal response. We have guys, we have a big selection of defensive coordinators, passing game coordinators. We're going through the list right now. Obviously, it's going to be bring the best to LSU, number one. Number two, it's going to be a great fit with our culture. And there's a lot of guys that want to be here. We're looking at some great guys. My aim is to get better. I always want to get better in choosing coaches, so we're going to do that. It's going to be a process. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and Coach, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about some of the reports. So I think like Football Scoop saying that Bo Pelini may be emerging as a top candidate. Anything you can say on that front?
Obviously there's a lot of guys that will be top candidates. I don't want to say nothing yet until we finalize any deal with anybody. Obviously, Bo is somebody that I know very well, and I have a high respect for him. He's a great defensive coordinator. He did a great job at LSU.
Do you put an emphasis on a timeline, or do you just wait till the time is right to announce the guy?
No, we take it our time. It's about getting the right fit for our program. LSU deserves the very best. There's a lot of guys out there. It's about getting the right fit, the very best for our players.
Coach Ed Orgeron checking in from the recruiting trail this morning, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, ESPN New Orleans, ESPN Alexandria. You mentioned Myles Brennan and Brennan had a great tweet immediately following the national championship game. You feel like the time is now for him?
Yes, I mean, he's our starting quarterback right now. Obviously, we have two young quarterbacks that we really like, Max Johnson and T.J. Finley. I think those guys are phenomenal players. We have Peter Parrish. Obviously, everybody knows that the depth chart is etched in sand, but Myles is the starting quarterback right now at LSU, and we believe in Myles. I think Myles has a chance to be an excellent player, but it's time for him to prove it now.
So, Coach, some guys have left. Other guys have chosen to stay. One of those guys, Coach Corey Raymond, been there since 2012. He agrees to a 3-year extension. I guess what does Coach Raymond mean to this team and really this program as a whole?
He's a phenomenal LSU Tiger. Corey's a good man, great recruiter, great coach. He is very loyal to me. Corey and I have a great relationship. He does so many things for our program. I can't thank him enough for the great job that he's done.
Coach, one lasting memory on 2019. It was such a special season for everybody that was involved, whether it was the fans or college football fans, the media members covering it. But from somebody that had so much influence on the 2019 season and such a major part of it, is there a lasting memory that'll live with you?
Yeah, just the team, man. What a special group, man. I said it before. These guys had one, too. They had all the talent. They had great coaches, and our assistant coaches did a tremendous job. Jack Marucci, Tommy Moffitt, everybody pitched in. But the 1-2 that this team had, the drive that they have to go 15-0, go through our schedule, beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa, to beat Clemson that won 29 games in a row.
Yeah.
These guys wanted it, and they wanted it bad, and they got it.
And so you mentioned Marucci, Coach, and something that he's always been a big proponent of, and you said it in the speech during the parade. You said this team made character cool, and that character was critical to this team's success. So when you're out there on the recruiting trail and you're ranking recruits, do y'all have a method? Like how do you try to – because you're kind of guessing, right? You can never really know, but you're kind of like how do you look to evaluate character, and how much emphasis do you put on it?
Be honest with you, Bob, we have a questionnaire. We have 10 tough questions that we ask coaches when we start guys. And we go in there just like an NFL scout will. And we ask them about their personal life. We ask them if there's any trouble, anything that we need to know. And we go into specific questions to ask coaches. And if there are red flags, there are certain guys that we all know that were top players in the country, we pulled off. We're going to bring high character young men. We're not going to be perfect, but if there's any red flags, we pull them off.
Coach, correct me if I'm wrong. Was this your 5th national championship that you have won?
Yes, I've been very fortunate.
So are you going to get this ring fitted for the thumb? You walk in and wear all 5 at once, one for the thumb?
That's not me. That's going to go in a box somewhere. I'm going to be working towards my next one.
The man, Coach Ed Orgeron. How do you recruit graduate transfers? Because you've had a lot of success, obviously, in that realm. But how do you kind of watch that market?
Yeah, we have a list of possible graduate transfers, and we have some specific needs on our football team. So, but if we bring in a graduate transfer, he has to be better than what we have on our roster already. So we're going through that process right now, and we may need, we lost a lot of linebackers. We may need one of those. I don't know. We haven't signed a running back. We may need a graduate transfer of running back. It all depends how these last 6 spots feel. And remember, we didn't get Joe Burrow to the end of spring, so hopefully we can keep one open to whatever we need on our football team to get us better.
Best coach in college football, Coach Ed Orgeron, checking in from the recruiting trail this morning with the Tigers as national champs and 15-0, back at it. Looking at 2020, doing his work as usual. Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Hey, guys, thank you for all the positive things you said about the Tigers, T-Bob, Jordy. You've been phenomenal to us all year. We appreciate y'all. Go Tigers.
Yes, sir.
Sir.